Hello, it's Amy with Paper Moon Journals, and today I have some projects that I completed in May and some ideas for what I'd like to do in June. Graphic 45 has some new papers that I'd like to use in June if I pick up, and we'll head over to their website. I thought we could check that out. We'll look at all of the things that I made in May. I think we'll have a lot of fun. Thanks so much for checking it out. A big thank you to Carolina's Crafts and Debbie at Project 39 Mini Albums for co-hosting this collaboration. There's a ton of other channels included. It's a monthly collaboration where every month we focus on a certain kind of scrapbooking pad and try to smash that in our stash each month so that we can make room for new things in our collection. As usual, we're going to turn the camera around, take a look at the desk, and thank you so much. Let's get to it. All right, here we are. The goal for May was to work on 6x6 pads. I didn't stick to that goal, but I did get at least one project per week completed on average. I completed 4 projects, 2 of them huge junk journals like this one. I had some design team obligations. My April design team obligation was finished so late, it didn't make the April video, so that's in here as well. This Raggedy Ann and Andy, I'm sure this was my plan for the April projects, not for May, was to use the Raggedy Ann and Andy scrapbooking papers that I got from Country Craft Creations. I decorated the folio using the 8x8, and then I used the 12x12 to make pockets, and as well as the die cuts to decorate the pages on everything. And I added to that some digital files, which I think is really fun. I love it, just like with the Winnie the Pooh, when there's digital files and scrapbooking papers. That is really the best of both worlds. And so there's that project, the Raggedy Ann and Andy. I finished that in May. And then here was my April design team project for Sweet Pea Curiosities. I get digitals from her Etsy shop. I get to pick out a couple digitals every month, as long as I, share at least one project using them. And this was my April project. Like I said earlier, this was finished so late in April, I had to submit my video before this was done. So here it is. It's also 200 pages. It's 4.5 inches wide, 6 inches tall, super cute, tons of tea stain papers, and her cute flea market digital kit. And then I also made this attic. It was actually an ephemera kit that I turned into a journal. I added some buttons. I like that the attic kits, she had 3 different kits for the attic, that it came with lots of vintage documents and things like that. I thought that was fun. I know I'll be using the vintage document ephemera from this kit on all of my Sweet Pea projects going forward. It'll be great to have a nice variety of vintage document ephemera and photographs, things like that. It had a lot of oil paintings, and it had so much that I couldn't even use just a fraction of it. We'll flip through this really quickly. All of these projects have full flip through videos on my channel, so if you're curious and you want to see more, go ahead and check those out. I'll put links to at least one of these at the end of the video. Maybe put them in the description box. Don't forget to check out all the other collaborators' videos, see what they were up to in May, what their plans for June are. This was a custom order that I had for a Narnia themed junk journal, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, if you're not a huge fan. That book was actually a whole series by C.S. Lewis. And I've decorated the cover with a brooch, Dresden trim. I created that crown from a charm. I just broke the ring off of the charm. Then I used a silk tie closure, added metal corners. I'll be working on editing the share video for this. The custom order was a lot of fun. It's really the best way, or one of the best ways to get a journal, because you get exactly what you want. I've committed to the price, and then I'll probably try to outdo myself. So I did like a pop-up with a twist, a pull activated element, all kinds of fun stuff. If you're curious, check it out. Bunch of charms. Of course, it's been pre-sold since it was a custom order, and I'll be shipping that out today or tomorrow. If I can get to the post office today, it'll go out today. So that was the fourth project that I made. And these junk journals, they take at least a week. I know that Raggedy Ann and Andy took a couple weeks. The attic journal went so fast that I just finished it in a day somehow. I don't know. I hit a time warp is what I call it. So this is one of my goals for June. It's a project that I made some time ago that I wanted to do a tutorial video on. It's a little mini scrapbook. And what happened was the PDF instructions, I accidentally saved something over the top of it and lost it entirely. And I was so discouraged that I gave it up. So I did actually sit down and try to recreate the instructions just by sitting and measuring the finished project. And then, so one of my goals for June is that I'd like to film a tutorial video, go over and like proof that PDF and make it ready to list in the shop so that it'll be available. Although all the cut instructions, I give those on screen. It just makes it easier. But this was a really cute project. It's actually a miniaturized version of another project that is also a plan for a share. I haven't heard from Graphic 45 about their brand ambassador program. They've been working hard to release some new paper collections, so maybe it just got put off. But this is my plan, is to get this filmed, ready to go, and to save it for their brand ambassador program. And what I'd like to do, since this has sat so long, these papers aren't even available anymore. When I made this project was when the papers were available on clearance. And so, yeah, they're not available anymore. They have 2 new paper collections that I want. And I thought we could go over to their website, check that out. I have some video editing software that allows me to film the on-screen visit over there. So in just a second here, let's go over to the Graphic 45 website and do some scrapbooking paper shopping. Okay, so this is the first one. Fairies is a favorite theme for me. I think I've made more fairy themed projects than any other theme. I love Graphic 45. I love their take on fairies. We are kindred spirits in this. I want this. I want it all. I want the whole fairy boutique package, 100%. I want it all. I want it in every size. Let's take a look and see what it comes with. I like that little matchbox with the mini album inside. That is too cool. $20? Come on, that would take me at least a couple hours to make. And of course, how could I possibly recreate it if I don't have one of my own? Is there maybe some recreating happening? Especially once it's no longer available to purchase, then I'll have to make my own instead of buying them. I love this ocean collection also. I'm not sure which I love more. They're both beautiful. I love the rich colors and the artistic flair that Graphic 45 has with all of their papers. I want all of this also. I want every size. I want the rub-ons. I want it all. But the problem is the cart total. That cart total is big. So yikes. Until I get another custom journal order, or, I sell enough journals to check out on this cart, it'll just be sitting here. But I hope that during the month of June, I'll sell enough to afford to buy all of that. Right now, we're looking at some close-ups of the Raggedy Ann and Andy journal, just in case you did have more questions about that. And I thought it would be a nice way to tie an end to this video, so I'd have something to show you while we wrap it up. So I got quite a bit done in May, even if it didn't involve the 6x6 scrapbooking papers. I still got stuff done. Setting the goal is the important part, and getting the things done, even if they weren't the things that I'd hoped to do, because my stash has gotten quite big and I haven't made a dent in it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out everybody else's videos. And please, have a wonderful day.